My name is Barbara Ann Bice Hamilton.
When were you born?
December the 11th, 1932.
And how old are you?
I have no idea. I taught school 32 years. I taught English and speech everywhere I went. And I taught in Goodwell, Oklahoma, and I taught in Stratford, Texas, and I taught in Hooker, Oklahoma, and I taught in Cimarron, Kansas. I loved to see people correctly speak our language, and especially high school seniors who are on their way to college. And I want them to know that our school put out seniors that knew how to speak. I have 3 children. That's 2 boys and 1 girl. And then I have grandchildren. So Rusty, my son, has 2, and Tracy has 2, and my daughter, Terra, has 2. I think the favorite thing for me right now, being my grandma, is that they come to see me. They come to see me. My grandchildren do. And that always, it just makes you, feel like you're wanted, or that they love you. You don't have to have them come, or you don't have to make the trip. If they think enough of you to come see you, you can feel like you've been a pretty good grandma. Babe is my partner. She was a rescue dog. She was sitting in a backyard next to where my daughter lived. People that owned her just drove off. They had their U-Haul and they got ready to move, and they just left this dog in their backyard. And Terra told me about it, and she fed the dog for about a week. And then I said, well, is that dog still there by itself? And she said, yes, those people never came back, and I don't know where they went. So I said, I called a policeman and told him about it. And I said, can I have that dog? And he said, yes, ma'am, you can. And so I brought this dog home with me, and she's 15 now, and she's my dog. Sometimes I sit out back on the patio at night and talk to God and thank Him, because I have a nice place to live, and with my retirement money, I can afford to live here. And I'm close to my daughter, who comes and checks on me and calls see if I need anything. And of course, you don't when you live in a place like this, but this is really, really a nice place. It's a nice home. Many places that you lease or rent in today's world are not, but this is a home. I've always knew about God, and my mother had always taught us, and we'd always said our prayers, but young kids, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. It's something that you do. The main thing they need is to stay with their church, and if they don't go to church, find one and go to it, because if you don't get the background that God wants you to have, you're going to be lost in this generation. When a crisis comes, if you don't have God, you're lost. And if you don't know Jesus and talk to Him, and of course I live alone and I talk to Jesus all the time. Jesus and my dog. It's important because He knows what's going on and He'll help you. And one way or another, sometimes He lets you go through some bad things, but He's always there to pick you up and get you started again. And if you don't have Him, what would you do? You just keep going down further and further.